Hello and welcome to this season of AYSO Soccer with Region 1631 in downtown San Jose. We're so excited to have your family with us this season and we can't wait to see you out on the field. This short orientation video will introduce you to AYSO, to our local region in downtown San Jose, and show you what to expect from this season. Let's get going. AYSO stands for American Youth Soccer Organization, and we are the largest soccer program in the world. Founded in Torrance, California in 1964, AYSO now has 1,600 local leagues. We call them regions, with over 250,000 volunteers and 650,000 players. We're a nonprofit and we're powered 100% by volunteers. That means every coach, referee, team parent, field liner, board member that you'll meet this season is donating their time to create a safe and fun soccer experience for the children of our community. And when we say fun, we mean it. AYSO is a recreational youth soccer program. This means that we focus on player development and on developing the whole child, technically, physically, socially, more than we focus on the scoreboard. The 6 philosophies of AYSO are what makes this league so unique. Open registration means that you can join an AYSO region anywhere, where you live, where you work, where a child goes to daycare. If you want to play soccer, you can join AYSO wherever it's most convenient for you. Balanced teams means we do our best to mix up new and experienced players so that the average skill level on each team is as even as possible. This makes everything more fun for both teams and helps us avoid blowout games where one team dominates the other. Everybody plays means that all AYSO players are guaranteed to play at least 50% of every game as long as they show up on time before the game starts, and that players don't get more or less playing time based on their skill level. Kids get better at playing soccer by playing soccer, not by sitting on the bench. Good sportsmanship is so important to the AYSO experience, and this goes for players as well as coaches, referees, and spectators. Thank you for helping to model good sportsmanship by being friendly and supportive of the other team and by the volunteers, whether you win or lose. And always remember to thank those referees and coaches for volunteering. Positive coaching is fundamental to AYSO. Take a moment to think about the last time you learned a new skill or hobby. As a beginner, you probably didn't learn very quickly if your teachers were shouting criticism at you or only telling you what you were doing wrong. You probably learned much quicker and had a whole lot more fun if your teachers gave you a chance to make mistakes and learn from them while reinforcing the things you were doing well so you could focus on improving and learning rather than just avoiding punishment. That's the environment our coaches are trained to create for players in AYSO. And finally, player development means that we don't just care about who won the game or what the final score was. We care that each player is improving based on their own ability and skill level, and that they end the season a stronger player than they started. That was an overview of AYSO. Now let's talk about what to expect this season in downtown San Jose. Something we're all thinking about is the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Our region follows local county and city public health guidelines, as well as school district guidance if we happen to be using a school field. Currently, as of the time of this recording, both the County of Santa Clara and the City of San Jose are allowing youth sports activities outdoors in small groups. When you registered for AYSO, you accepted a risk waiver that includes some new COVID provisions. To view a copy of that waiver, you can log into your account at ayso1631.org. This season, please understand that only approved coaches and referees are to have direct contact with players on the field. Spectators should stay several feet back from the sidelines at all times and stay within their own household group. Please maintain social distancing from other groups on the sidelines, and please respect any posted restrictions at our parks. For example, if water fountains, playgrounds, or restrooms are closed or restricted due to COVID precautions. Most importantly, please keep an eye out for emails from AYSO and be sure to read them promptly in case the county or state guidelines around COVID safety change on short notice. We strongly encourage that all volunteers, players, and spectators wear face masks while on the field or the sidelines. Even beyond COVID guidelines, AYSO is committed to the health and safety of every player and volunteer. AYSO runs the Safe Haven program that creates a safe and healthy environment to protect players and volunteers. Our region has dedicated board members that make sure our volunteers have cleared their background checks and that safety protocols are being followed on the field. We always need your help with field safety. Please help us make sure goals are always secured to the ground, kids are never climbing on equipment, and please report any issues on the field like dangerous objects, potholes, or safety incidents. By registering with AYSO, players and volunteers are automatically covered by AYSO's insurance. So if an injury occurs during an AYSO activity, please report it to the region right away so we can file an incident report. Concussions are a growing concern in youth sports. AYSO has taken two important steps to protect players. First, we do not allow headers until the 14U age division. Second, we require all coaches and referees to take the CDC's Concussion Awareness Training course. If a coach or a referee ever asks your player to come off the field because they suspect a concussion, please follow their directions. And finally, let's talk about weather. There are two main issues we deal with in this part of California: rain and wildfire smoke. If it's raining, please do not assume that your game or practice is canceled. We play rain or shine unless the fields are closed by the city of San Jose or there's an unsafe weather event like lightning. If games are canceled due to rain, you will hear from the league. It's not up to an individual coach to cancel a game or a practice because of the weather. This is a league-wide decision. As for wildfire smoke, we closely monitor air quality during the fire season. If it reaches unsafe levels, the league may cancel practices or games. In some cases, the city may also close fields due to air quality. Again, please wait to hear from the league about whether a session is canceled due to the weather. Let's talk about equipment. The most important thing all players need are well-fitting shin guards. All players also will need soccer cleats or shoes. If you're in the 5U, 6U, or 8U divisions, any basic athletic shoes are okay. Cleats are required for 10U and above. Every player 8U and up should bring their own soccer ball. Please make sure it's the right size. 8U players use a size 3, 10 and 12U players use a size 4, and 14U players use a size 5 soccer ball. This season, it's very important that every player brings their own ball and their own personal water bottle to every practice and game. There will be no sharing of water bottles to help prevent the transmission of COVID. What to expect when you get to your first practice. Our coaches are trained to deliver age-appropriate sessions that progress from a warm-up to a technical skill to a small-sided game or scrimmage. The focus is always on player development, and attendance is required. If you ever have to miss a practice or game or you will arrive late, always let your coach know as soon as possible. Again, always bring a soccer ball, shin guards, and water to practice. Players that arrive without shin guards to a practice or a game will not be able to play. Soccer games are a lot of fun, and we need your help to keep them that way. Always arrive at the field at least 15 to 30 minutes before your game time. Players should already be fully dressed with cleats and shin guards on, ready to warm up. Spectators should help set up field equipment like goals and flags, or take them down if you have the last game of the day. Referees will arrive early to check in both teams and answer questions. Here's the number one thing you can do to keep our games safe and fun for everyone. Always respect the referees. These are volunteers who've gone through lots of training and then donated their time to make our games run smoothly and safely. Without refs, there's no soccer. Are they going to make mistakes and make calls you don't agree with? Yes, of course. That's fine. In AYSO, we never distract referees by questioning or criticizing their calls during a game, and we always treat them with gratitude and good sportsmanship. The same goes for all sideline spectators. Please treat the other team, coaches, and parents with respect. And remember, AYSO is a kids zone. That means everything we do is to help the kids have a fun, safe time and to develop as soccer players. As we say in AYSO, let them play. You'll find a summary of the equipment, practice, and game guidelines on this chart, which will also be available on our website at ayso1631.org. At this point, most of your questions are probably about the specific team your player will be assigned to. What team is it? Who are the coaches? When are practices and games, and how can you communicate with the team? The answer is your team page. Once your player is assigned to a team, you'll get an email with a link to the team page. We recommend bookmarking this page so you can go back to it anytime throughout the season. This is where you'll find a full team roster, see the practice and game calendar, and get any news or updates from the league. You can also use the team page to email your whole team or just the coaches directly from that site. Again, you'll get a separate email from AYSO once you've been assigned to a team. If you haven't gotten one yet, it just means the team hasn't been finalized, probably because we need one more coach or referee volunteer first. Speaking of volunteers, please take a moment to think about what volunteer role your family wants to help with this season. By far the biggest impact you can make is becoming a coach, referee, or board member, or to help with fields and equipment. Coaches get all training and equipment for free from AYSO, and we can pair you up with another coach to make the job easier and less of a time commitment. Referees also get free training and equipment, and for the 10U and above divisions, they referee games as a team of 3 people, so there's plenty of support and help. Referees choose which games they want to help with, and there's no weekday commitment. Everything's on the weekend. Even high school and college students can volunteer as referees and get community service hours for school. On our grass fields, we need to refresh the painted lines once per week. During the season, we always need help doing this or bringing equipment to and from the field for our Sunday games for 5U, 6U, and 8U players. We also sometimes need help at special events like Pumpkins in the Park or Christmas in the Park. You'll have an opportunity to sign up for these kinds of roles online in the first couple weeks of the season. Finally, if you want to help make decisions about how the league is run, come join the board. We meet once per month for about an hour. You choose your own role from several open spots, and you set your own schedule. Everything can be done from home on your own time. All training is free and online, and you'll have plenty of support from other board members along the way. This is a great way to help our league run smoothly. And finally, there are other ways you can support AYSO. Does your employer offer a matching program for donations or for volunteer hours? Can your small business sponsor AYSO in exchange for publicity to over 200 downtown San Jose families? Please reach out if you can support our nonprofit league in one of these ways. For now, please take a moment to review these next steps. Consider volunteering as a coach, referee, or board member, and email rc@ayso1631.org to get started. Be on the lookout for an online sign-up sheet soon for other roles like field lining and equipment transport. You'll get an email as soon as your player is assigned to a team with a link to your team page. Make sure your player has shin guards, the appropriate shoes, and the right size soccer ball. Since we don't have an in-person orientation this season, we'll have uniform pickup out on the practice fields during the first few weeks of the season. Please read all emails from AYSO, especially as we monitor the changing local health guidelines around COVID-19. And most importantly, have fun and be safe. We can't wait to see you all out on the field this season.